Are you in favor of building a new centralized high school? Easy question, not such an easy answer. And I have some follow-on questions to that we'll get to as well. But Ms. Turner, do you want to start us off on that one?
Am I in favor of building a new centralized high school?
Yes, ma'am.
There's so many aspects to that I do not know. If we are to have a centralized high school, then I am in agreement that should not be at East. I feel like first and foremost we are charged with providing our students with a safe and secure environment. I do not think that Northampton East facility at this time will provide our students with that safe and secure environment. If it is to a central high school, then I agree that it should be accessible, it should be safe, and it should be funded. With the failure of those three options, I am not in favor of a central high school being built. Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Roberts?
I'm in favor of a centrally located high school only if our enrollment number supports that we need a centrally located high school. And I'm for a centrally located high school as long as it is placed in a central location where all the students have an equal amount of travel time to reach their school.
Edwards, I know you've heard this question before.
Yes, sir, I have. My thoughts are pretty much the same. I am in favor of a centralized high school, and that is something that we have worked to get. And we were at that point of having a central high school in Jackson. We had the land, we had gotten the finances, but we needed the pen to be signed to the bottom line. So I am in favor of that. But when it got to the people that needed to sign to that dotted line, it wasn't done. So we had to go back to the drawing board and try to work towards what is best again for the children. But I am in favor.
Okay. Mr. Jack?
Yes, I'm in favor of the new high school, central somewhere in Jackson. As I said, if you have the money, first of all, if you raise tax, it will probably get the money. But we got so many people who don't want to raise the taxes, so where the county commission will get the money. So I'm in favor, because I'm one of the products that pay the tax. So I'm in favor, as I said, a central location and with the technology in there. Therefore, we can move forward and have education for our children. I'm in favor of it. If we get the money, remember that money back will put the school in place. If you don't have it, so you have to make the best you have.
Mr. Matthews?
Northampton County citizens and students deserve a new, modern, centralized high school. Comprehensive curriculum, all the safety features that are mentioned in it. Mr. Roberts was right, the demographics of the county, the number of students, the amount of money, all of that plays into it. Have worked for this centralized high school in the past. Ms. Edwards was correct. We got right to the front door and then we couldn't go any further. We will continue to work for it. I'm confident that just about everybody at this table would give the answer.
I agree that we need to provide a high school where all of our students are going to get a quality education, an equal quality education, not a separate one on the eastern end and on the western end. I would support a centrally located high school that would provide the modern conveniences that our students need to compete in the global economy, which is what they're going to have to do. And we're not going to get industry or anything else in Northampton County until we show them a workforce that can work and use the modern tools that they're going to be bringing here. But we can't do that if we continue to pull each other down. We need to come together with the county commissioners. I think it was yesterday's paper. We're getting a new DSS building. Lots of money, but we can't get a new school. to me, there's something wrong with this picture. I don't know what, because I wasn't privileged to the information that the school board had or that the county commissioners had when they decided that they were going to build a new DSS building and not a new school. But then the question is still there. Why are we getting a new DSS building and not a new school?
There is no doubt of my standing for a new Central High School. My reason for standing for the new Central High School is because we are not providing a comprehensive education for our kids because of the fact we just do not have the resources to do so. By bringing both schools together, we will be able to provide courses that we presently cannot provide. Not only that, when we continue to operate two high schools, it means that we're taking resources from the elementary school. Let the record speak for itself. Right now, there is no art. Right now, there is no music. Right now, there is no foreign language in our elementary schools. If we are able to build a centralized high school, then we'll be able to put those resources back in elementary school, come up with a high school that will provide for our kids the very best that you can possibly have, and our kids will be able to compete, and our kids will be able to be accepted and do well at any of the universities that we have in North Carolina and elsewhere. So certainly, I'm for a comprehensive high school, centrally located. You know, when we say centrally located, you got to look at some factors. You got to look at where you get water and sewer from, but as centrally located as we can possibly get it. I was on the board when we decided about Jackson, and people do not realize the reason we decided in Jackson was because of the water and sewer. I was on the board when we built Central, and the only reason we were able to build it was because rural development gave us the funds to run water and sewer out to that distance. So there again, when we say centrally located high school, as centrally as we can possibly get it, with common sense, understanding you gotta have water and sewer. The same conversation came up before we built Central about Seaboard and Jackson. And we went to Seaboard to find out about their sewer capacity. We found out they could not handle the sewer coming from an additional school. So that's when we made that decision to build the school there in Jackson, which was certainly just about halfway the distance. Thank you.
I think that with all of the responses from the candidates, the true response to that has been flushed out. I will say that I support a centrally located high school when our student enrollment numbers support it, when the funding is available for it, and when you, the taxpayers, vote for that to be done. Because it is your money that we will be spending to build a centrally located high school. Let me say this, Jackson is not centrally located. Yes, Mr. Tyner, it has the sewage system there, and that's what made it attractive, but there are studies that we have commissioned and paid for that says right now at this moment, due to our enrollment, we should keep a K-12 program at each end of the county. In the reports that came out with the high school that we were planning to build, that high school dollar amount was $24 million. And after spending $24 million, had we moved forward, we would have had a school that in 4 years would be at 400 capacity. 400 high school students does not support us putting that burden on the taxpayers. Education has changed, and I know you've seen that, Mr. Sharon. It is no longer about the building, it's about the space. Our children leave here and go to college, they meet their professors 1 or 2 times a week, but the rest of their interaction and educational learning comes from the internet and from electronic learning. We can provide the education and the curriculum and the rigor that we need in the school system, and we don't have to wait on a $24 million building to do it. You need forward-thinking individuals on the school board who understand the changes in education, and we can give that curriculum to our students right now. So when we have the economic development to bring businesses and bring a higher enrollment, I will support a centrally located high school at that time. Until then, we cannot give unequal access to education to the children we have now. They deserve to be able to attend the school that's in their neighborhood.